Well, hi everybody. Yo, yo, yo to the yo, yo, yo for you. I made it. A couple little things that we need to do, some housekeeping here. So just give me a moment. Go through some application windows to learn about what I was hoping I could do is actually put up more than one application window. So I think we have to work out those details. So let me bring that down and open that up a little bit. Bring up the chart, and then let's see what happens to the application window after I do that. And that leaves me with the third application window. Okay, so I can layer the windows maybe. That's an idea. So that's how that works. And if I go to this application window, which is the chart, do that this morning. Make sure I can get to the screen. Where's my mouse? There we go. And we'll share that, and we'll present that to everyone. Move my window up so I'm the primary broadcaster. Hide that little bit, and bring this down. Okay. Next thing that we have to do is make sure that we're live on YouTube. So we'll do that right now. We'll bring this window down, and we'll go to videos, and we'll go to, oh, maybe I should just go home. Go ahead and search for ourselves. Oops. And there's the last one. Filter 5. And right there. Grab this so we can grab our chat. Go ahead and say welcome to the chat so we know that we're tuning in. Pop out the chat. There we go. Bring the chat down. Here's this window. Before we do that, bring up the charting window, slide that down, and close. Actually, what I should have done is X out that. So what I'll do is I'll bring it back up again. Bring it back up, and I will close this window. Do not need that window. All right. Okay, most excellent. All right, so thank you very much. We're just about 6 minutes to the 6 o'clock hour. It's Monday, August 7th. As soon as I as I said, do just a few housekeeping matters, then we'll get right over to BabyPips. So make sure that you've got your BabyPips.com main landing page up if you want to, and we will be doing the kindergarten second lesson, no, first lesson, fourth module, something like that, but we'll get back into that in just a couple moments here. Just want to make sure that I've got everything sorted out. On my Mumble, I'm going to make sure that we go ahead and close out the okay, so that deals with that. We have our pop-up. We have our windows sorted out. We have our primary chart, which is the BTC USD Coinbase chart on the 15-minute. We'll go ahead and I'll give you a little bit of a lay of the land. We're still in a Ruby long. Means that the trade is still long. Of course, we've come off of our 35.55 high. I can't be certain that that's exactly what the high is. It's all right, though. We established a potential interim top as the trade started to take a little bit of profit, find the 8 was over the close, and that's why we put that interim high. Overnight, we had price come into the high, reject the high, come back in to rest and retest. And then since for a while now, we have been literally gliding up. However, you'll notice that Ruby is thinning, what's called thinning a little bit. And the important EMAs that can keep price propped up for a longer period of time are starting to thin out. We have the 8 and the 12 that are collided. Those would be real warnings that you are in a no trade zone, meaning that it's a higher risk to get involved in the trade now. So when the 8 and the 12 are colliding. And you'll notice right here with the 8 and the 12, you'll notice the 8 and the 12, they're together. You'll notice over here they're separated and they're moving in an upward trajectory. Here they collide with one another in a sideways condition, and no matter what, I mean, be fancy pants if you'd like, but no matter what, you still would have to realize that you are in a no trade zone, which the trade is still in. So you have to really watch the next few hours. When I was over on BabyPips, I guess that in Europe there's a banking holiday today. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's Victoria Day or I have no idea. So when we go over to the main landing page after we do our lesson today, maybe we'll revisit the news as the U.S. market opens. Okie dokes. So that's where we are with the Coinbase. If by any chance you want a chart that I preview while we're going through the BabyPips, just let me know. Write it in the chat. We are archiving the chat, and the entire chat is going into the comment section. And speaking of the comment section, I will go ahead and I will read the full disclaimer in just a moment here so that you understand what the intention is of the content or the programming here on my channel. You can see by the title that we are going to be going through every lesson, module, coursework of BabyPips. We're going to try and make a very rapid fire run through and then loop back around and start doing more isolating, more impactful content around their lesson work. Over the years, I have told hundreds of traders that they should go through the BabyPips, yet I understand that really only a fraction where I've been able to ask if they actually went through the coursework have actually finished the BabyPips. So this is one reason why I'm deciding to go ahead and force ourselves, just go ahead and force feed the BabyPips offering, which is completely free. Just like there's a lot of free content, a lot of free educational content out there that I'm not too certain, we're very busy people and it's hard to be disciplined where you are not only the student, but the teacher, and you've got your own schedule, and it's difficult to, to do the coursework that is really, it's almost mandatory to make sure that you understand the verbiage, that you at least have some sort of skeletal view of what the financial markets and how they're built, and so that you can participate in some of the incredible conversations, especially in the cryptocurrency space right now, that you can participate in these conversations with some impact. And also when you're able to listen to people that have more experience, or even the exchange operators, for example, that, their conversations aren't running away from you because, you just have absolutely no clue what they're talking about. So we're trying to kind of, just go ahead and crunch it out and be disciplined about it. And as I said, we'll loop back around. We'll see exactly what modules, could be made faster, and which ones, that we can kind of squeeze in more content in the 15-minute box. Now, obviously, we'll go longer than 15 minutes. I'm very happy to stay online all day long with you guys. It's not a big deal. We did a 4-hour, a 1-hour yesterday. So we were on YouTube, well over 5 hours. And then, of course, the other social channels that I participate in, Slack and Mumble, and, of course, the YouTube content and the readings and Cheddar and my own Twitter and Facebook and, you know, the whole gamut. So there's a lot of activity yesterday, and yet, you know, we still, you know, try to keep on some sort of a schedule to get this workout to you guys. Okay, so let me go to the disclaimer before I get ahead of myself here. And we'll go to the Hangout window itself, which is this window here. And making sure that everything is still working okay, and it is. All right. We'll bring that down. That's good enough. We have our pop-out for the chat. And the only other thing that I should have done was kept the, okay, this is what I'm going to have to do. Go ahead and stop screen sharing right now, and I'll read the disclaimer to you guys. All right, so as long as you can still hear me and our bandwidth is at like a 3-bar level, I think that should work out okay. Bring the window down so I can read you the disclaimer. All right, this is the dry and nasty stuff. Give you some idea of the content. Today's video, what I want you to understand is that I bring my interests on the day of the upload. So if anything was to happen during the day where I figure that I have to kind of switch my focus and my interest, I'll do so. I give myself the liberty to do so. Generally, when you come to my channel, you really don't know, because it's going to be a puree of beauty, technology, financial markets, fashion and books, lifestyle, that sort of thing. And once again, I just give myself the liberty to do that and just use the technology that YouTube has to offer. In this video, I'm going to be walking through the BabyPips.com site, the beginner's guide to Forex trading, with a special focus on cryptocurrency charting. This is a rapid fire run through of the course modules and how to navigate the site for maximum results. Now, at times the video may be audio only, or in pause for breaks, approximately every 10 to 15 minutes. And that's so that we can see whether or not, how much can we fit into the 15-minute runtime. Content value. On a scale of 1 to 10, there has been, and I want you guys to understand this, there has been no preparation or script written, and the quality of production is very low. I'm not looking for perfect, I'm looking for performance to finish. So it has been pre-rated at a 2. A 2, not a 10, a 2. You should also know there is no affiliation with BabyPips.com, and none should be implied, by reference or tone of the video or tone of my voice or anything of that nature. So you're going to see a couple of companies. It's BabyPips.com, and I put it in the description. We're giving them all the credit, definitely. You'll eventually have to end up going over there. As I said, throughout the years, I've recommended going to the site. You'll also hear me speak about TradingView.com. TradingView.com. Once again, I have no affiliation with either one of these sites, and none should be implied by reference or tone of my voice or the video. Then there's my Bitcoin address. This is very typical of people that are in the cryptocurrency space. So my Bitcoin address is in the description, and here comes the disclaimer. Please be advised that all content in this chart or these charts are meant for entertainment and educational purposes only. Trading the stock, bond, currency, commodity, and futures markets can be rewarding, but is also risky. Be aware that you can lose money, and in some ways lose more than you have. It can also be profitable, but not without significant risks. You are responsible for your own independent investment transactions. Charts that are shown are not and investment advisory service. I encourage you to seek professional advice in regard to your own financial decisions. Information you may get from any chart shown and its discussion in chat rooms may not reflect my opinions. The chart and its content is not a solicitation nor an offer for professional investment advice, nor is it an offer to buy or sell stocks, bonds, currency, commodities, and or futures. Probably need to add cryptocurrency in there today. All right, so that's that. It's in the description. Go ahead and close out the Google window. I don't think that we need that anymore. We don't really need that. The only thing that we may need to put over on Google is that we are live. And I will go ahead and do that right now because I didn't do the share button. So the Google Hangouts, there are a couple of links. One link is the YouTube link. This is this one here. And I'll get that out. And I'll do that on live right now. It gives me my description. And it shows the YouTube video. I don't think I have to do too much than that. It just puts it over in Google+. Don't have to do a big sales pitch over there at all. And then what I can do as well is take it over to my Twitter. Go live. And grab the YouTube link again. Grab the YouTube link again. Thank you very much, YouTube. And bring it here. Okay. But the thing over at YouTube that isn't very cool is I don't get the name of the video. So hold on just a minute. Come back over here. There we go. Put that over here. Put that over here. Okay. All right. Okay, that puts it on my Twitter. Close out the Twitter, close out the Google, and back over to the chart. And let's see how our Hangout held up with all of that. Oh, that's shooting things. Okay, held up pretty well. And I think what we'll do is let the fan cool down. We will close out some more windows and probably go on mute for just a couple minutes here, and then we'll get started on BabyPips. Takes that down. And go share the application window. Go here. Go share. Go hide. Go everything. All right. Ducks. Go. All right, most excellent. Let the fan cool down. And the YouTube to pop up. And so, do we have two pop-up chats going? We have two pop-up chats going. Excited that one. I don't need that one. Just need the one that's going on today. I'll see what gets started in just a moment. And the lesson today, here. So what you do is you go to Education tab. We're going to start the coursework. We know where we are. We've done preschool. I'm not going to go over. We're now in the kindergarten. And we are on the dealing desk versus no dealing desk. Dealing desk versus no dealing desk. Yes, okay. So I'll put that link in here if you want to go ahead and grab the page yourself. We're almost there. Almost. We still need our pop-out chat. And this is where we're at right now. So we're in kindergarten. And the lesson we are on is dealing desk versus no dealing desk. Forex brokers. And here's your URL, your unique URL to there. Okay, read through is going to begin in just 2 minutes, okay? 2 minutes. Grab your seat. For the replay viewers, thank you very much for stopping by. And I want to remind you definitely that these read-throughs are going to seem very dry and labor-intensive, but if I don't go through the read-through and you don't go through the read-through, then we would have no idea how to go back and focus on areas of the lessons that you just completely missed, and we can't do that anymore. Way too many people have known about BabyPips, just like they would the Khan Academy, and we just don't go through the coursework, and we need to start doing that. Okay, just like any other serious business. And this is just, I mean, this is so low tech, you know, the BabyPips. So it should not be too difficult for us to get through. And if you want to cover one of the modules, you know, reach out to me. And if maybe you want to come on YouTube and do a couple modules yourself, please reach out to me. I think it would be fantastic. And then we can link them together and make a playlist when this is all done. So that's an idea. Straighten this up just a little tiny bit. And okay, we'll monitor the mumble. I might want to put in my earbuds too. Okie dokes, let's get going. All right, everybody. So babypips.com, the beginner's guide to Forex trading. Yesterday we went over the tab called rates. The tab called rates. On the rates tab, if you'll scroll down towards the bottom, you will see a list of about 8 cryptocurrency pairs where you can grab your own trading view widget. The TradingView widget is a chart. There's a few things that you can do on the chart. We will be revisiting how to build and develop the charts, know how to just put your indicators on and all of that as time goes on. But definitely everyone needs to have a good chart in front of them. Doesn't have to be what I keep on my chart or something that, a friend of yours has put together, what have you. It needs to be a chart that you fully understand what the chart is telling you, fully understand how to read the chart so that there's no confusion whatsoever when you start your day of trading. So that's where you can grab one. It is on the rates tab over at BabyPips. And that kind of gets you into the TradingView ecosystem once we get into that module over at BabyPips. But right now, for now, in the next 15 minutes, we are going to be in the kindergarten area of BabyPips and dealing desk versus no dealing desk brokers. Which type of broker should I choose? A dealing desk broker or a no dealing desk broker? That's completely up to you. One type of broker isn't better than the other because it will all depend on the type of trader you are. It's up to you to decide whether you'd rather have tighter spreads but pay a commission per trade versus wider spreads and no commissions. Usually, day traders and scalpers prefer the tighter spreads because it is easier to take small profits as the market needs less ground to cover to get over transaction costs. Meanwhile, wider spreads tend to be insignificant to longer-term swing or position traders. To make your decision-making easier, here is a summary of the major differences between market makers, STP brokers, which were covered in the prior lessons, and STP ECN brokers. And here we go. It's a little visual. Dealing desk, market maker. No dealing desk, STPs. No dealing desk, STPs plus ECNs. You'll notice that there's fixed spreads, taking the opposite side of your trade, artificial quotes, orders are filled by broker, all the way over, and you can read that for yourself. We'll go ahead and keep that in. You'll notice that I've given you the unique URL for the lesson so we can go back through that another time. Brokers are not evil. Well, most of them aren't. Contrary to what you may have read elsewhere, Forex brokers really aren't out to get you. They want to do business with you and not run you out of business. Think about it. If you lose all of your money in trading, they too will lose customers. Think about it. If you lose all your money, I'll read that again, in trading, they too will lose customers. The ideal client of a dealing desk brokers is the one who more or less breaks even. In other words, a client who neither wins nor loses at the end. And that's the ideal client for the dealing desk broker. That way, the broker earns money on the client's transactions, but at the same time, the client stays in the game by not blowing out his account. In essence, brokers want their clients to keep coming back for more trading. Okay, here's the next lesson. 6 crucial things to consider when choosing a Forex broker. So that's all we do. We hit the button. We notice that there's a unique URL. We'll go ahead and we'll put the title of the lesson inside of our chat window. So grab the pop-out, and that's where we are right now. And I'll grab the unique URL so we can go to this direct lesson when we start to focus in. Go to the pop-out, and here's the unique URL. And there we go with that. Easy. 6 crucial things to consider when choosing a Forex broker. The retail Forex market is so competitive that just thinking about having to sift through all the available brokers can give you a major headache. Choosing which Forex broker to trade with can be a very overwhelming task, especially if you don't know what you should be looking for. In this section, we will discuss the qualities you should look for when picking a Forex broker. 1. Security. Security. The first and foremost characteristic that a good broker must have is a high level of security. After all, you're not going to hand over thousands of dollars to a person who simply claims he's legit, right? Fortunately, checking the credibility of a Forex broker isn't very hard. There are regulatory agencies all over the world that separate the trustworthy from the fraudulent. Below is a list of countries with their corresponding regulatory bodies. The United States, you'd go to the National Futures Association and Commodity Futures Trading Commission. In the UK, you'd go to the Financial Conduct Authority and Prudential Regulation Authority. In Australia, you'd go to the Australian Securities and Investment Commission. In Switzerland, the Swiss Federal Banking Commission. In Germany, the Bundesanstalt für Finanz, you know what I mean, a finance organization. I don't know what that word is in German. In France, the Autorité des Marchés. In Canada, the Autorité des Marchés. Before even thinking of putting your money in a broker, and I think it's Marché, by the way, someone correct me. Before even thinking of putting your money in a broker, make sure that the broker is a member of the regulatory bodies mentioned above. Okay, number two, transaction costs. Number two, transaction costs. No matter what kind of currency trader you are, like it or not, you will always be subject to transaction costs. Every single time you enter a trade, you will have to pay for either the spread or a commission. So it is only natural to look for the most affordable and cheapest rates. Sometimes you may need to sacrifice low transaction for a more reliable broker. Make sure you know if you need tight spreads for your type of trading, and then review your available options. It's all about finding the correct balance between security and low transaction costs. That's about transaction costs. 3, deposit and withdrawal. Good Forex brokers will allow you to deposit funds and withdraw your earnings hassle-free. Brokers really have no reason to make it hard for you to withdraw your profits, because the only reason they hold your funds is to facilitate trading. Your broker only holds your money to make trading easier. So there is no reason for you to have a hard time getting the profits you have earned. Your broker should make sure that the withdrawal process is speedy and smooth. 4, trading platform. In online Forex trading, most trading activity happens through the broker's trading platform. This means that the trading platform of your broker must be user-friendly and stable. When looking for a broker, always check what its trading platform has to offer. Does it offer free news feed? How about easy-to-use technical and charting tools? Does it present you with all the information you will need to trade properly? 5, execution. It is mandatory that your broker fills you at the best possible price for your orders. Under normal conditions, for example, normal liquidity, no important news releases or surprise events, there really is no reason for your broker to not fill you at or very close to the market price you see when you click the buy or sell button. For example, assuming you have a stable internet connection, if you click buy the Euro USD for one spot 3,000, you should get filled at that price or within micro pips of it. The speed at which your orders get filled is very important, especially if you're a scalper. A few pips difference in price can make that much harder on you to win that trade. 6, customer service. Brokers aren't perfect, and therefore you must pick a broker that you could easily contact when problems arise. The competence of brokers when dealing with account or technical support issues is just as important as their performance on executing trades. Brokers may be kind and helpful during the account opening process, but have terrible after-sales support. And there we go. Before we move on to the next lesson, which is beware of 4X bucket shops. And we're 3 minutes until it's 6:30 in the morning, New York time. We'll go ahead and check the price. The BTC USD is at 3271.99, up 1.54%. All right. And go back to the Hangout. I think we're doing okay. I'll move on to the next lesson. Next lesson is beware of 4X bucket shops. 4X bucket shops. Imagine. I'll put a period there and get the URL for you guys. Put that in here too. Here's the URL. All right. Okay, so once again, we're still in kindergarten. We're on module number, let's see here if I can tell you guys. Where are we? We've dealt with history of retail Forex trading, Forex broker types, dealing desk with, and no dealing desk versus no dealing desk for Forex brokers, 6 crucial things to consider when choosing a Forex broker, and now we're on beware of 4X bucket shops. Here we go. Here are the bad guys we keep mentioning earlier. 4X bucket shops are brokerage firms that have questionable trading practices such as unusually frequent price misquotes or requotes, slippage only favorable to the broker, and stop hunting. Have you ever seen Boiler Room? This would be the, where do they take us to? Oh, I am deep the titles. Oh, come on, don't tell me you missed Ben Affleck's legendary speech about money. Quote, "They say money can't buy happiness? Well, look at the smile on my face, ear to ear, baby." And it's precisely this greedy, money-oriented philosophy that drives the people operating bucket shops. The name comes from brokers back in the day who used to put their clients' phone-in orders on slips and then dropped them, the slips, not the clients, in a tiny bucket instead of actually executing them. Without putting the orders out into the free market, the client is actually betting against the 4X bucket shop operators, who are also known as bucketeers. These old school bucketeers did not usually disclose the real price of the asset that their client is trading, which means that they could tell the client that the price moved or didn't move, whatever was in favor of the broker. But thanks to the invention of the internet and improving regulations and enforcement, newbies have less to worry about these days. Let's see why my fan is going there too, by the way. Let's see what the deal is. It should be fine. Here's our chat. Chat's doing good. Nothing happening there. How are we doing? The mumble is doing okay. There we go. So that shouldn't be of any problem. So I wonder what the deal is. I'm going to go ahead and X out the number and start eliminating windows here. I can't do that on my chat because I don't like to. The Hangout I can't do anything about. The chart really shouldn't be taking too much energy. All right, well, let's just keep going here. Unfortunately, bucket shops are still out there, so beware. Luckily for you, we at BabyPips.com are more than willing to help you avoid entrusting your hard-earned cash to these nasty bucketeers. To help you separate the good brokers from the bad ones, make your way to the Forex Brokers Forum, where fellow Forex traders kindly share their feedback and experiences about a vast collection of brokers. So before you deposit your money with just anyone, make sure to do your due diligence and espionage so that you avoid fraudulent brokers and Forex scams. Mind you, there are plenty out there, and we'll look more into that later. And when they go to Forex scams, think they take you to the graduation module. So it takes us a while before we go there and really learn about Forex scams. We're still in the kindergarten lessons now, okay? Next lesson, how to protect yourself against Forex broker scams. How to protect yourself against Forex broker scams. Okay, I'll put this over in the pop-out. And there we go there. And we'll grab the URL. Tell us that we've gone through the module, gone through the lesson. And there it is right there. Okay. While you may feel like a dwarf among big bad brokers, it doesn't mean that you have to take their abuse. If you are disheartened because it seems that brokers have all the advantage, rest assured that there are a few simple measures to help even the odds. Compare price feeds. Imagine a horse with blinders. This horse's vision is limited to what's in front of him. If there is a hurdle in front, this horse has no other choice but to exert the additional effort needed to jump over it. This horse is a very sad horse. If you only use the price feed on your trading platform, you are basically trading like a horse with blinders on. You have no idea what's going on in the rest of the Forex world because you have limited yourself to your broker's price feed. If your broker chooses to widen spreads, manipulate rates, and run your stops, you have no way of knowing if the move resembled the general market. You do not want to be a sad horse because you are a smart trader. You want to have the most complete view of the market as possible. The best way to do this is to subscribe to a second, third, or even fourth price feed. That way you get another view of the market and you'd have a chance to confirm whether price really moved the way it did. Record everything. Always keep a detailed journal tracking all of your transactions. Always, always, always. Like in a courtroom, you need evidence to make a case. You may feel cheated, but you have nothing to back it up. Then that feeling will remain just a feeling. The easiest way to keep records is to take a screenshot of each order you put, each trade you take, and other suspicious broker activity like odd price feeds. Not only is this good trade journaling, but it will come in handy if you have been victimized by an errant fill. By properly tracking the trades you take, you can assure yourself that you will always have the evidence needed to support your case in the event that you file a dispute with your broker. File legal action. If you cannot settle your conflict with your broker, then it is time for you to take legal action. Most brokers give in when faced with the threat of legal action, but if they do not, you can approach either the Commodity Futures Trade Commission, the CFTC, or the National Futures Association, the NFA. The CFTC has a reparations program that provides an inexpensive, expeditious, fair, and impartial forum to handle customer complaints and resolve disputes between future customers and commodity futures trading professionals. You can check out their program here. You can check out their program here. Likewise, the NFA has an arbitration mediation program that helps resolve disputes. For more information, just head on over to the NFA's website. Okay, next, good trading habits. Like a disciplined nun who wears a habit, you too should develop good trading habits. We know that joke doesn't make sense, but it sounded funny, so we might as well put it here. In any case, even with the proper weapons to protect yourself against evil brokers, the most important thing is still to become a better trader. Know that no matter how advanced your charting software is, no matter how much time you put into finding the right broker, no matter how complicated your trading system is, without proper discipline, you will end up losing. It is very easy to put the blame on brokers, but at the end of the day, it is really your choices that get you to where you want to go. Next lesson, how to open a Forex trading account. And we'll give a little break. Okay, take off, take off, take off. All right, so the BTC USD Coinbase pair is behaving just fine. And we'll go ahead and stop the screen share for just a moment and go down and check out and see what's going on in the world of news. And look at some social channels, go over to Twitter. Come here. Go here. All right. And then we really have to get into analysis. So we'll get through this particular one and then we'll probably take a little break and get the trade up again. Application window. Here we go. Present to everyone. Hide. There we go. Okay, how to open a Forex trading account. Once again, we're still in kindergarten over at BabyPips. And the section that we're on right now is Brokers 101. And we are in the last before we go into 3 types of analysis. How to open a Forex trading account. So after demo trading, on at least 3 broker platforms, you've narrowed down your choice to a single Forex broker. After finding the right broker for you, you can open a Forex trading account in 3 simple steps: selecting an account type, registration, and activating your account. This is worth repeating, so it shall be repeated. Before trading a dime of your hard-earned money, open up 2 or 3 demos. Why not? It's all free. Make sure to try out and kick the tires of several different brokers to get a feel for the right one for you. Choosing an account type. When you're ready to open a live account, you have to choose which type of Forex trading account you want: a personal account or a business, also known as a corporate account. In the past, when opening a Forex trading account, you'd also have to choose whether you wanted to open a standard account, a mini account, or a micro account. Now, that isn't much of a problem since most brokers allow you to trade custom lots. This is great for newbie and inexperienced traders who only have a small amount of capital. This provides you great flexibility as you won't have to trade bigger than you're comfortable with. Also, always remember, always remember, read, read the fine print. Some brokers have a managed account option in their application forms. If you want the broker to trade your account for you, you can pick this. But is this what you really want? After all, you don't read through the whole school of Pipsology just to have someone else trade for you. Besides, opening a managed account requires a pretty big minimum deposit, normally $25,000 or higher. Also, the manager will also take a cut out of any profits. Lastly, make sure you open a Forex spot account and not a forwards or futures account. Registration. You will have to submit paperwork in order to open an account, and the forms will vary from broker to broker. They are usually provided PDF format and can be viewed and printed using Adobe Acrobat Reader program. Also, make sure you know all the associated costs, like how much your bank charges for a bank wire transfer. You'd be surprised how much these actually cost, and they may actually take up a significant portion of your trading capital. Account activation. Once the broker has received all the necessary paperwork, you should receive an email with instructions on completing your account activation. After these steps have been completed, you will receive a final email with your username, password, and instructions on how to fund your account. After these steps have been completed, you will receive a final email with your username, password, and instructions on how to fund your account. So all that's left is for you to log in and start trading. Pretty easy, huh? Time to log in, pop open those charts, and start trading. But wait just 1 minute. We strongly advise you demo trade first. There's no shame in demo trading. Everyone has to start somewhere. If you have been demo trading for at least 6 months, then maybe you can dip your feet into live trading. Even then, we suggest you go in the shallow end and consider how much you want to risk. Trading live is a different beast altogether. It's like the difference between sparring against your kid brother or sister and fighting Manny Pacquiao. If you start trading live without any demo experience, this is usually This is what usually happens. But no matter how successful you are in demo trading, nothing can replace the feeling of having real money on the line. And once you've started trading on a live account, never get too comfortable. Always remain vigilant and use proper risk management. Otherwise, this might happen. Okay, and then we get into the quizzes now. Now that's pretty interesting. And the next lesson, so we're at quiz time. Okay, what we needed to do though is grab this, how to open a Forex trading account and the URL. Go ahead and put that in the chat and the URL as well. And then I think we will wrap it up. Okay, so we have gone through that entire module of all those courses. And so I think that we did that pretty well in just under 50 minutes, not quite an hour. And then we will move on. We will not be doing the quizzes in the first run through, but now we know that the quizzes do, this is the first time that we've had the quiz, the ProCourse 101 quiz. This is the very first time we've been tested. So go ahead and make sure that I put that there. And we'll revisit the quizzes. Okay, excellent. All right, so let's go back. I'm going to remind everyone, you go to the Rates tab. You're going to go down, 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 currency, commodities, indices, and there's your cryptocurrencies. There are your cryptocurrencies, all in real time in this little window here, or you can go into the instrument itself and you will automatically be delivered a default chart in real time. A default chart in real time. You can ask for the hour, the 30-minute, or even the 1-minute candle. These are all Kraken from the Kraken exchange. But once we get you into TradingView, then of course you can have, however, whatever instrument that you would like on multiple exchanges that are over there at TradingView. Okay, so we'll kind of leave you with that. And or I will bring up the Excel. And go ahead and, I think we'll just leave it at that. I think that this is good place to stop. Okay, thank you very much to the replay viewers. Thank you so much. Please go ahead and subscribe to the channel and then hit the little bell so that you'll know when I'm going live. And even though this might feel like it's like a little bit of a podcast feel to it, we're just going to go through these lessons and, like they say, kind of suck it up and just get through the work. And so I hope that you're enjoying it. Participate in the chat. Everything will be in the running chat once we go into archive. And so you can participate in the chat that way. I do believe I still get some sort of a notification that you've made a statement, made a comment in the chat. Let me see what else I can tell you. You can follow me over at Twitter, although I'm sort of retiring from the social channels in that way. My primary focus is to get, at least until I'm done with this, is to literally just dive in and get this BabyPips out to YouTube. So that's my primary focus. So thank you very much for stopping by. This has been BeautyBubble for BabyPips Learn Cryptocurrency Charting, and I will talk to you really soon. It'll be probably in a few hours today. Okay, bye guys.